Hey guys, user friendly here. A statement that my wife gets much enjoyment out of. But um, I'm bored, and we're nearing the end of this X pack, so I figure I would update you on how I do things because it's pretty efficient. Um, we're doing Stormwind. Um, I take Trailblazer because I like running fast. Natural Mending's a safe option also. I do this in Beast Mastery. As you guys know, I know that Stormwind is complete and total aids for melee. I use a rapid reload trait, and then Dance to Death Primal, Dance to Death Primal. My neck is Purification Protocol, just for the AoE control. Item levels 478 these days. Mythic Dragon scale. Really sweet Spyglass pull with haste on it, or speed on it, because yay. If you have any problems with health, I recommend some Ghastly Goulash. Goulash? It makes it so it's pretty impossible to die unless you do something incredibly stupid. But I don't even bring food these days. I use my rune. But I'll show you guys what a full clear looks like. A full clear. I'm going to take a little note of my mementos here. See how many I have. We are looking at 17,638. Alright. So, that being said, let's put our masks on. So, with the exception of my weak auras, which everybody who's watched a video of mine has seen, my multi-shot is macro to pet misdirect. So every time that misdirects off of cooldown and I multi-shot, it goes to the pet. That, in addition to Stomp and Beast Cleave, keeps me pretty much 100% safe. I don't take much damage. The pet needs men petting very frequently, and even more so if you go with another person. The couple runs I've done with other people, my pet takes tons of damage and dies very frequently. But so I come in here, I do at least these two first pulls together. Got the Purification Protocol. And then with... Stop doing that. With the buff up, I tend to go into the mini-bosses. One of them will generally melt, especially if you wait until Gift of the Titans is up. Staying on my puddle when I can. We're going to debuff his shield. Alright. You always got to stay on that men pet. So we got our first chest over here. This is the first point of note from the entrance. So this is the first place where you can get mementos, to the best of my knowledge. We have green potion is bad, so I'm going to click over there. It lets me know that red is my sanity potion. So I'm going to grab any of those that I see. We got our first bonus boss in here, who will give us a buff. Pop my cloak there because I don't like the closed quarters. We're going to interrupt Psychic Scream. Alright, that guy gives us our 7% versatility. So, when I do this group, I kind of like to stack up on this Heart Piercer because he is the only one that won't move. Oh, the Purification Protocol melted the Footman. That's nice. Come over here, I check for the crystal up there. It's not there at the moment, so I'm going to work my way back here and check on this crystal while he's doing shield. There's our first crystal. Alright, and that guy perished. I'm going to go ahead and clear this pack over here. If that room isn't open with the ad there, and the one here with the bear rug spirit is. I'll clear this whole side. I'll probably clear this whole side anyways. Chest here. Check for a potion there. Oh, there's a red potion. I am just under 475, so I'm going to go ahead and drink it. And it's going to be a minute before we get to our first boss. So I have no problem drinking it. A lot of times in this zone, if I find a potion, or if you find more than one potion, I will throw down a raid marker so that I know that it's there. So when I come back here at any point, here we go, perfect example. I throw down a raid marker right here, so I know that there's a potion there. And when I come back, if I'm missing less than 100, or missing more than 100, we will drink it. I'm killing all these corrupted tumors. They do give count. I think it's less than 1 because it takes 1 or 2 before it pops it up. But if you watch the counter, it just went from 170 to 171. So the only things that I have gathered do not give mementos are the mailboxes and the bonus toy boss in this zone, the little train wreck guy. So I don't bother trying to kill him. There could be a chest there. There's not. I'm checking a potion. It's less of an issue these days at this item level, but I try to wait until I have Gift of the Titans available before I go to this boss, because as a Beast Mastery Hunter, your interrupt is on a long cooldown, and the boss is not stunnable. So since I have 20 seconds left, I'm just going to go ahead and hang on and wait a second. Normally you can clear a couple packs depending on how long your timer is on the cooldown. I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys. If one of these doesn't pop it, which it should. Come on. Oh, nope. I will just pull something else, and as soon as it pops, I will go and pull the boss anyways, even amidst other groups of monsters. Like, here we go. We're just going to go ahead and pull. Drop both of my barb shots. I can drop Purification Protocol on her to clear up any ads, but you're immune to her. Her channel does nothing as long as you have Purification Protocol up, so it kind of trivializes all of that. There's another red potion here. I'm going to drop down another raid marker. I'm going to drink this right before I leave the zone so that I make sure that I am completely topped off. Wow, this is another one. And this is why these things are easy these days, especially if you pay attention. It's nice to have Gift of the Titans off of cooldown when you fight this next boss, but it is definitely not necessary. So I definitely don't prioritize it. Kill these burning appendages. Keep your men pet up. One guy thinks it's cool to attack me. I'm going to go ahead and heal my pet all the way up to full. I very rarely need exhilaration for myself. Using Purification Protocol on these appendages is also really nice because it keeps them from disappearing. It stuns them, so they can't run away. Hey look, we got Purification Protocol anyways. Go ahead and pop Gift of the Wild, or Aspect of the Wild, just because it will give my pet an increased damage bonus during that window, and the boss will be dead afterwards. So this is my path for chests. There's a crystal here. I have to remember to check the odd crystal on the other side of the bank door, because that is the one I normally miss. Every time I've gone back to the base and there's only been 9, that is the one that I forgot. Because normally it's because I do that big pull. The big guy gets pulled with at least 1, if not 2 or 3 other packs. So in the tither of combat, I forget. So we have 7 captives, and here's the 8th. Oh, no chests or no odd crystal back there. I guess I got both of them. Yeah, there's an odd crystal spawn point over there. Alright, so now we're sitting at 502 sanity down here. We're gonna go drink one of these potions before we head over to the mage Qualtar. Drinky drinky. Alright, so now we are as maxed out as we get. Dodge our little vision man there. Huh, I never noticed. I guess you don't get the bugs when you mount it. That's convenient. Alright, we're going to come out here. We're going to Purification Protocol this jerk, because he's a jerk. Seems to do a lot of damage to me for some reason. We're going to check for the sewer beastie. We see him anywhere? No. Alright, we'll find him later. Alright, this is a fun little trick I do here. If you run up against this wall, and then pop the gate, you can effectively stand here, and if you get lucky, some gentleman like this guy will walk by. Oh, that guy first. Oh, that guy. And you can stand here and clear out quite a few of these little corruptions without actually having to step foot in the zone. I still have Promise Power and Bloodthirsty. I don't have to deal with lead foot or visions or split personalities or whatever's in there. So I normally wait a few seconds. If you have your things on your name frames, you can see them coming from the sides, but we got lead foot and split personality. I'm gonna go in here and hang a quick left and take these guys out. Beast Cleave normally takes out all the corruptions, but remember they're worth points. We've made some friends over here. Got split personality coming in, and of course it's gonna put itself right there. Pop my cloak because I refuse to be entrapped. We're gonna Purification Protocol this. Hopefully I hit that other burning appendage. I didn't. And you can put your Purification Protocol right in between those two guys and get them both if you're talented. I'm not. Hang out here till these are gone. Alright. Move up here. We're gonna focus this. Purification. You can feign death and drop threat. No, drop combat, because Leadfoot is atrocious here. I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning is, but those pustules keep you in combat for a good 5-6 seconds after they're dead. It seems to be, even if it's a pack that they're involved in, because I've tried to kill them first before moving on, so that in hopes of by the time the rest of the enemies in the pack died, I'd be out of combat instantly, but it usually doesn't even work then. We check for our odd crystal in the building. Wait for split personality. This is a really great place if you're not on pace. You can have a kebab. So I'm gonna wait for Bestial Wrath here. 3, 2, 1. Gonna do that. Pop 2 of those. That. All right, we have our fun little friend. Ow, that was rude. And we got Purification Protocol, or Gift of the Titans. That went super smooth. Some things for that fight. As soon as she starts to summon her dudes, go ahead and get a Beast Cleave primed, so that as soon as they spawn, you can they get picked up by your pet. You can also pop Purification Protocol right on top of her as she's casting, so they just get obliterated. So odd crystal there. We got a chest here. We're gonna mess up this guy. Ooh, man, nice fun stack of stuff here. If my cloak wasn't on cooldown, I'd pop it so I don't have to take this corruption damage. But it's not. Yeah, my pet. This pull can be sketchy if you're not completely overgeared. Whatever you do, make sure that you go in with a plan, because those mind plays plus a couple void buffets can be dangerous. That void buffet, I'm now taking 300% increased shadow damage, which, as you can tell, is actually having an effect on my health. So 3-4 of those plus a Mind Flay will eat your health. I'm not too worried, but this is another boss where Gift of the Titans. I'm gonna try something here. Right here. All right. Oh, messed it up. Oh well. Gift of the Titans can help a lot on this boss right here. So if you can get it to pop, now is definitely the time to go in against this boss. He doesn't actually hurt much if you don't have to take his stuff. And generally you get a tail end of it for these guys. This is the same thing. This guy does Boy Buffet, so if you want to target him or prioritize him, I don't disagree with you. That other pack that had the 2 casters in it as well, it's also not an awful idea to crowd control one of them. There's no shame in crowd control, especially when you're here by yourself. Nobody can see. So you can tell your friends that you didn't use any crowd control if you want to. Just watch your stomp, watch your beast cleave. If you're gonna trap one, trap the back one. I killed this pack back here just because they're worth mementos. You see we got 908. Now we're at 909. Now we're at 912. It's weird. Now 14. Who knows? But you can see we're still in combat. Still in combat. There we go. Now we're out of combat. I kill that pack regardless of whether or not that box is there. The box is just a bonus. That's how you mess up your split personalities, guys. And wallow around in your own shame as you step in your own poop. It's another fun place to use your purification protocol. I love the cooldown on it in these visions. I mean, I normally World Bane Resonance for the DPS, but Purification Protocol is just so convenient here. I have done quite a number of Mythic Pluses with Purification Protocol because I forgot to change it after I got out doing my visions. Because I don't plan ahead. But up here we are going to use our first orb. I'm going to use my first orb, and you guys are watching, so we're all going to do it together. I have started just doing this. We put our thing down, and then we start punching her in the face from back here. Kind of save my cooldowns, because if you're standing in this, you don't need to feign death or entropic missiles. It's just a matter of standing. You do need to interrupt Tainted Polymorph, though, because that's still annoying. Alright, so she's going to run over there, so we're just going to put our pets on passive, and we're going to wait on counter shot. Heal our pet up here. We're going to stand still because of lead foot. Alright, coming up, 7, 6, 5. Alright, we'll send our pets in. Ooh. I mean, you can feign death out of that entropic missiles, but I was a little distracted because, yeah, standing on the ground, they're standing in the things on the ground. It's like 30 sanity loss, something like that. As long as you're not going to do anything cataclysmically wrong in this fight, it's not too awful to take an entropic missile. She's going to heal you up with sanity anyways when you finish. So just make sure that you can interrupt. And if she does that, I'm going to feign death out of it. You can actually feign death there and get 0 sanity loss if you're quick enough on the trigger. If you have your feign death hotkeyed, which I don't. Maybe I should, but I'm lazy and I'm not that great. Let's check up here for another odd crystal. It's a good one to check when you're here the first time. But I didn't. But you guys knew that. So we're going to come out here. We're going to peek out for our sewer beastling. Maybe he's here. Buddy, you want to hang out with us? No? Nope. Nope, don't see him. We're going to get him eventually, but not right now. I'm looking for, if you guys don't know, there's a rare, I guess you wouldn't call him a rare, he's here every time, but a silver dragon encrusted warp stalker who patrols the water canals of this fair city, and he provides mementos upon his murder, so it is highly recommended that you murder him. Not sure what I'm in combat with. So here, plant these explosives, I misdirect these guys, and then I get these guys, and then we get out of here. And we get these guys, and then I get these guys. And then I retreat, and I do my best to group them all up. And as soon as these guys come around the corner, then we do this. And then by the time these guys get around the corner, everybody's all nice and dealt with. And there we go. It can be a risky pull if you're not geared for it. If you need to take your time, please take your time. Set here. We don't have any things. This group seems to take me longer than usual. I don't tend to pull this group together with anything. I don't know why, but this will breaker just feels like he takes longer to kill than the other ones. So we leave him alone. Make sure to put your pets back on do stuff mode. And keep them healed up, because they're important. Alright, I like to come out of here, and we punch these guys, and we punch these guys, and we punch the boss, and everybody gets together, and we drop the purification protocol on them, and everybody just melts together. As the boss tries to hit us. Oh guys, my pet's dead. But luckily taunt works. You can dispel this guy if you want to. Not that it makes much of a difference. Die, sir. Alright, yay. Gift of the Titans. Alright, we do that. There's an odd crystal. Ooh, almost disengaged into my thing there. Hey, look, a sanity potion. Do the same thing, though I doubt very seriously that I will need it. Add a bomb here. And this bonus door is open. This is a bonus door that gives us 10% damage increase, but you have to do it carefully. Carefully, guys. Creep around. Don't step on the bombs. Step on the bombs. Go over here. Do a little parkour. Oh, parkour. Jump off at the top and step on the green one. Beep. And then we deliberately get hit so it kicks us out. And now we have 10% increased damage. And we also don't have to be quiet anymore. Alright. Odd crystal here. Another bomby bomb here. Kitty cat, super cat speed here. There's another red vial over there, but we don't need it. This guy's going to fill this up when we get done. No odd crystal over here, no chest over here, so we're just waiting on this guy. Alright, and let the carnage begin. You can drop your purification protocol on this guy if you want to. He tends to not move around too much as long as your pet's around. I like to try to position myself so that I'm near the door when he dies. Just so that I can punch this eyeball and still have my frenzy stacks. And also purification protocol here. And laugh at that jerk. Alright, so here's what we're going to do here. We are going to open this. And I'm going to drop a flare. I'm going to pull these guys out. This is another trick to keep you from having to deal with stupid split personalities. I run down here, get these rats, get these tumors. This is all extra stuff for memento farming. Hey, what are you doing alive? Also, while you're doing all this stuff, be sure to keep your eye out in the water for the sewer beastling. The sooner you find him, the easier your life is. As he swims around. Alright, we're coming over here. We're going to do the same trick here. Oh, it's open already, but Drop a flare. Mess these guys up. We're gonna go across the river and mess these guys up. Take another check for the beastling. There are a couple packs of rats over here that will also give bonus, and that is the end of the extra stuff. Everything else will be normal, well, every normal stuff in the quarter. Looks like I aggroed this guy and his friends, so we're going to run over here, keep the pet alive, and we're just going to feign. Because why bother? Make sure you wake your pet up. We are going to continue around and look for the beastling, though. We do need to kill him. He's like 13, 14 mementos or something like that, so it's definitely worth your time. He basically just swims in the canal, so follow the canal. Apparently he wants to be difficult today. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Let's go over here and check. Oh, there he is. Yeah. I'm just gonna jump in the water. It's just easier that way. A lot of times you can pull this guy and have him teleport out of the water to get you, but sometimes he'll just sit there and evade out, stuck to the wall. So it's easier just to jump into the wall or jump into the water and get him, honestly. But 76 to 84, so 8 mementos. It's definitely worth it, since you know how difficult mementos are to get. Whether or not it's worth your time is your decision. Alright, so let's get started on the last quarter here. Sanity's a little low, but at this point, I mean, I still have 2 orbs, so watch the blade flourish. More importantly, the roaring blast in here. Well, hope the pet out there does a good job. Alright, we can finish. Alright, we're keeping our eyes out for red potions, just in case. This is green. I generally save my purification protocol for this pull, because there's 2 informants in it, and if you don't DPS them down fast enough, they can stun you. So the extra damage helps. It's a black potion, don't care. After I do that pull, I tend to wait again till purification protocol is off of cooldown before I go into this building, because that can be risky. Oh, thanks, jerk. I don't want to open that chest anyways. Depending on how fast you kill things or what path you take. Generally, when I finish killing this group in here and checking for the crystal, purification protocol is just about off of cooldown. So we can go do the pack inside the building. Pet's getting weak. You really have to watch your pet's health in this zone. The executioners do 50% increased damage to anything below 50% health, so they will completely annihilate your pet if it gets weak. I usually save intimidation for that. So come in here, drop purification protocol. Annihilated. There's also 2 informants in this pack, so make sure that you keep yourself from getting stunned. If they get off Touch of the Abyss, it will channel stun you for 4 seconds, give or take, something like that. You can try to get that chest while you're fighting this guy. You can also run up here and get your crystal. If you angle it right, you can just disengage halfway out of the building. I like to continue on this way. Here's one of our first executioners. If you're confident, you can kill the executioner first. I like to get rid of the informant just because I don't want to get stunned. Stun the executioner here. Drop men pet. Alright, we got a heroic figment. And of course, split personalities in the worst place. You can save DPS cooldown or 2 for this mini boss just because he's one of the ones that does unavoidable sanity loss. If you don't have turtle shell ready or some DPS cooldowns, I'd say wait, you can turtle shell the spell. It's like the third one in his spell rotation. Blight is just a dot. The next one will be the one that targets the ground, this appendage spell that you just move out of. The third one will be the one that puts a huge purple glowing effect on you that is stacked on you so you can't dodge it. Your options there are kill him or pop turtle shell. Because turtle shell, just like the fight in Stormwind or in Orgrimmar, the lethal throw boss will prevent you from taking the sanity loss. There's an executioner in this pack, or there was before he got annihilated. The light hunter is a very conveniently located red potion right here. We're going to be using an orb before we go in to fight Shaw, but it's useful to keep a horrific figment or 2 from spawning. There's an odd crystal location back here. We're going to go in and kill this informant first. Same thing, we have an executioner here, so you want to watch your pet health. If you can preemptively cast men pet, it's in your best interest. Your little NPC will help you click, wait for visions, which, oh well, not too big of a loss. Alright, we're coming in here, we're checking our last odd crystal. We are turning taunt off on the pet. That way the boss will follow us around and we can reposition him better. We're going to drop our second orb right as our horrific figment spawns. Maybe it'll give us a gift of the Titans. It did. That's fantastic. And we can just ignore the eyeball altogether. DPS it just for fun. Take that eyeball. Normally, you'd need to do your very best to dodge these eyeballs. Now I need to do it. And they always like to jump completely into melee where it's barely intelligible which direction they're facing. I'm going to turn my pet taunt on because, oh, he died. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Normally, when he invisibilizes himself, the best thing for you to do is get a couple steps away from the eyeballs, and when he comes over to you, back around, so that you can shoot at him without having to look at any of the eyeballs. That was an extremely easy pull, so I apologize for making it look simple. So we're sitting at 2674 mementos, which is far more than you're ever going to be able to get out of a full clear of Orgrimmar. I've never been able to get my memento counter out over 21 out of the 2100 range. So it sucks because it's so much better in Stormwind because it's so much a pain in the butt. So what I like to do is position myself so that I'm looking. The boss is in my 180 degrees, but the eyeball isn't. Pet taunt on is fine here. I go ahead and pop Bloodlust. See, the eyeball will jump over here, and I can even get to stand in my Promised Power for a second or two. It's a very rare occurrence. As you guys know, this fight gets about as ground pooped up as possible. Make sure that you're interrupting Tainted Polymorph. That's really the biggest problem for a hunter in this fight. And even then, it's not too crippling. Hide for void eruption. If you are taking lightnings from the eyeball, make sure you just turn. I mean, hunters have it so easy on this fight, it's not even funny. Interrupt up polymorph. Make sure we know where the eye is, it's behind us. Let's get out of this stuff. And void eruption's coming, so we're gonna go ahead and hide. Oh, hello, eyeball. That's rude. Just keep walking around. We promise power again. Polymorph, interrupt it, and victory. So we're going to open our chests. We're going to get a final memento count. And that's how it goes, guys. 600 mementos, 300 mementos, 500 mementos, 300, and another 600. So we're going to head and pop out here. Last look at mementos, we are looking at 2269. 22,629 minus our 17,638, 4,991. So not quite past the 5,000 mark, but about as close as you're going to get. All right, but thanks for watching.